Head of a notorious disorganized crime family. What crimes are you committing? I would ask 15 different goons to whack the same guy and they'd all forget to do it. Identity theft while signing our own names. Trying to email scam members of the royal family of Nigeria. Trafficking jam. That's great. We're opening up boxes of meal replacement bars and individually reselling the bars that say not labelled for individual resale. Showing up to buildings that have already burned down saying, nice place you got here, be a shame if anything happened to it. Unintentional tax fraud because we messed up our income declaration. Assaulting batteries. Stealing cars in mall parking lots and just moving them to a random other spot in the same lot. We do art forgeries, but none of us have any skills beyond stick figure drawings. Even our sculpture fakes look like stick figures. We're breaking into your house and tangling the hangers in your closet and teaching your well-behaved dog bad habits. Ripping tags off mattresses. I don't know, you'll have to ask Vinny. Vinny will tell you to ask Charlie, who'll tell you to ask me. We're not very organised. Moneying laundry. It's a protection racket. My guys go to local businesses and leave them envelopes of cash for the owner to use to be able to protect himself in case of emergency. We are robbing banks on the brink of bankruptcy. Using a vacuum cleaner to steal all the world's air. Okay. Aggressively jaywalking. Whoa, you're crazy. Embezzlement. We put money into businesses' accounts without their knowing. Racquetballing. We form illicit associations of people to play athletic games. Extortion. We trim trees from the space between the road and the sidewalk without a permit. Blacktail. We threaten to distribute pictures of people in fancy evening wear unless we are paid. Kinky Spider Sex said, I would sneak into people's houses and put milk in their humidifiers. Oh. We break into your home while you're asleep and put your eyeglasses somewhere other than where you left them. That's just cruel. We are cat burglars and we steal cats. However, we're completely unable to fence them since there's not much of a market for cats and we keep getting scratched and bitten in the meantime. Screw it, we are a disorganized crime family. We are going to the local orphanage and unalphabetizing the files. We are standing on the grass. Breaking into offices and moving everything on the desks slightly to the left. Breaking into schools to change the teacher's master key to all wrong answers. Since GameStop is suddenly rolling in dough, we're going to bring in counterfeit used video games to sell them. To make the counterfeits, we'll buy new games from other stores and open them so they look used. The beauty of this plan is that we can take the money we get back to the stores we got the new games from and do it over and over again. Good luck. We break into Italian restaurants at night using a complex plan, night vision goggles and infrared invisible clothing, all bought at great expense I might add, and replace all the tomatoes with exact copy tomatoes. Synchronize watches. We have an aquarium in our brothels so our enemies can sleep with the fishes. That's weird. Tax fraud because I'm too dumb to do it correctly. This one seems too real. Amazing. We come up with our heists in the last second and then chronically show up late to the target. Breaking into the Tower of London to steal the crown jewels while the next coronation is occurring. Stealing Ben Franklin's teeth from the Washington Monument. ripping off Adderall from pharmacies and their supply chain, then either forgetting where we stashed the loot or using it all but running out before we plan any new crimes because we spent all that time making up for last week's disorganization. 83 reply, give award share, blah blah blah. Forgetting to do our money laundering until there is a giant pile on the floor next to the basket, and then realizing that there is a gross damp pile of money in the utility room that we didn't put in the dryer. Identity switcheroos, just switching the identities of a bunch of random people but doing nothing with the info. I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, a woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. That story is all over the place. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. That was a weird story. Cornering the waste management industry in our region by thoughtfully picking up trash from the side of the road and on our daily constitutionals, but deliberately failing to correctly separate the recycling. Breaking into people's houses for the sole purpose of petting their animals, maybe give them a snack if we're feeling dangerous. Stealing all the Legos to make a Lego super weapon. I and my incompetent children are attempting to overturn the results of the US election by getting a bunch of psychotic weirdos really worked up, hoping they'll disrupt a purely ceremonial vote in Congress that affirms my replacement. Honestly, we'd probably be focusing on kidnapping random people so we could force them to help us organise ourselves enough to commit other crimes. Naturally, these kidnappings would be done with whomever I can get to answer their phone, whenever I felt that moment was right, assuming my underlings haven't misplaced their phones and that I can also find mine. The odds are also good that there would be some sort of mix-up at some point before or during the crime that results in us letting the victims go, the victim being delivered to the wrong address, or the intended victim doing the kidnapping. We are contract garden gnome assassins and order pineapple on our pizzas. I will fill a rocket with really poor quality chocolates. After the rocket launches, it will explode, and the chocolates will rain down upon the unsuspecting populace. Little children will run up excitedly, take a chocolate and put it in their mouth before saying, "Oh my, that really wasn't very good at all." They will also be so disappointed, and then a general malice spreads.